Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here this morning at the Frank G. Lumpkin Jr. for what is truly an exciting and important moment for Columbus State University and Cougar Athletics. On behalf of our athletics department, I want to extend a warm welcome to all our media partners, campus colleagues, alumni, community leaders, and all of our athletic supporters. We are so glad that you're here today with us to welcome and celebrate our new athletic director, Justin Hay. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to recognize several individuals and groups whose leadership and support have been essential to the strength of our athletics program. First, I'd like to recognize the president of our Athletics Fund Board, Courtney Wilson, and the other members of our board who are with us today. Thank you for your continued investment in our student athletes and our programs. I would also like to recognize CSU Foundation Board of Trustees, led by Chairman Tim Money. Your dedication to the university's mission, including athletics, has made a tremendous difference. Today is not only about introducing our new leadership, it's about celebrating the future of Cougar Athletics. After a thorough search, I'm thrilled that we are bringing someone on with vision, experience, and energy that will take this department and university to a new level. Following today's remarks, we'll open the floor for a brief Q&A with the media, but first, it's my pleasure to introduce someone who has been a champion of athletics at Columbus State and a driving force in this transition, our president, Dr. Stuart Rayfield.
It is so good to be here today. And I have to start by recognizing the fact that we have had an interim athletic director for almost 2 full years now. And I can't let this day go by without thanking Jay Sparks for stepping in as our interim athletic director. And then, of course, to Lauren Brown for stepping in when Jay was ready to step back. And so I think Lauren has done a tremendous job. And I will remind everybody that when I first had the conversation with Lauren about taking on this interim athletic director role, I said, I just see you as a utility player. Like, you can do just about anything because you're a great leader. And she texted me later that night and said, I didn't know what a utility player was. And I Googled it. And I think that's a real compliment. And I was like, it is. Oh, wow, you're going to be over athletics. But she's done a phenomenal job. And I've had more than one coach say, can you keep her? And so anyway, Lauren, thank you for pouring your heart and soul into our athletics program, for supporting our coaches and our staff. And I think that you have some pretty good records underneath your belt right now. And so anyway, and before I get onto the big event, I want to recognize all of our coaches. We have some of the best coaches at Columbus State University in all of Division II, and frankly, in all of Division I. They show how good they are as a coach, both in the records that they have every year for their seasons, but also, more importantly, in the student athletes that they graduate regularly. And we are very, very fortunate to have such strong leadership across all of our coaches. And those coaches are so strong in many ways because they have been able to recruit amazing players. Amazing players at this institution come for academics, they come for the programs that they play in, and they come for some amazing facilities. So Columbus State University's athletics program is well positioned today with what we have already. But we are really looking to the future and what this is going to look like here at Columbus State as we welcome a new athletic director who has vision, who has worked at one of the best D2 athletic programs in the U.S., and who is really excited to be here. And so I'm going to introduce him now and tell you a little bit about our new athletic director, Justin Hay. He's coming to us from Lenore Ryan, where he has been for about 7 years in a variety of positions, most recently as the Deputy Athletic Director for External Relations. While he has served in that role, he has raised a good bit of money. And so if you'll forgive me, I'm going to share some of those stats. He raised $2.7 million in external revenue for the athletic department in the year 23-24. He raised over $1,300,000 for the Athletic Bears Club annual fund, and he increased sport giving by 30% in 23-24. He oversaw and led and completed a capital fundraising campaign for a $3 million renovation to the McCrory Family Softball Stadium. I know that Coach Husselson is very happy to hear that. And oversaw the renovation of many facilities on his campus. He comes to us with a lot of energy, and he is excited, and we can't wait for him to be here. When I talked to him, I shared expectations for what we want to see from this athletic program. And first and foremost is that we continue our strong tradition of supporting student athletes, to supporting students as whole students. And he is absolutely committed to that. That's why you play, and that's why you lead and coach in D2, is you get to see students and as athletes. And I also told him that winning records and maybe some national championships sprinkled in on a regular basis wouldn't be a bad thing either. But I always look to our leader to tell us what our vision needs to be. And so I am thrilled to announce and invite Justin Hay as our new athletic director to come share a few words and to introduce his family, who is here with him, his wife Allie, and their 2 girls. And we are so excited to have y'all as part of the Cougar family. So come on forward, Justin.
Thank you, Dr. Rayfield, for the kind words and for welcoming the Hay family to Columbus. We're really excited to be here. It's an incredible honor to stand before you as the next athletic director of Columbus State University. And I want to extend just my deepest gratitude to the search committee, to President Rayfield, to Lauren, and to everybody who's made this possible. The coaches, the student athletes that we met with, some are in the room today, that I met with on my interview, and it was just awesome. I'm both humbled and energized to accept this position and for this opportunity to lead Columbus State. A place that just has a ton of tradition and I think even more potential. I want to give Lauren a shout out for her leadership and dedication to CSU, just talking to people in your role as interim. But really, since I've accepted the position, the guidance and the support you've given me, and she's already promised me that she will always answer the phone no matter when I call, no matter how many questions. Is that right, Lauren? Okay. So my journey to be standing here before you today started probably more years ago than I cared to count as a student athlete. And it started where I had so many great coaches that helped shape and mold me to who I am today. And whether it was on the field or off the field, as I got into coaching and spent 9 years in coaching, I looked back at that really developed my passion for affecting positive change on student athletes. And as my time as coaching turned into time as administration, that really excited me. And for the past 6 years, I've had the privilege of working at Lenore University, where I've grown as an administrator, as a person, and as a leader. And that's really positioned me to be prepared for this role today. When I applied for this position, I knew Columbus State from the outside. We played them in women's soccer. When I was a baseball player at Faulkner University down in Montgomery, we came up for one of the longest rain delays ever and actually didn't ever get to play the game. I knew him for the national championships, the regional success, and some really great facilities. And that drew me to apply because from the outside it looked great. When I had the opportunity to come down for the basketball regional and spend a week meeting some people, nobody really knew that I was in the pool, but I was able to talk to some people. And really the community. When I would go in restaurants, I would ask them, hey, tell me about Columbus State. What do you think? And during that process, I started to meet the people. And the people are what draws success. It's always the people, the student athletes, the coaches, the administrators. If there's success, it's because of the people. And that really made me excited for what was to come at Columbus. And in fact, my wife on the way home, I think she felt it too. And she saw every move we've made. She's had a feeling, and she keeps me humbled. You'll meet her. And we're on the way back, and I said, "Man, I'm really excited. I was excited, but now I'm even more excited." She said, "Yeah, I really like it. I hope you didn't screw this up." and I said, "Well, thanks. We'll go from there." But this department's done things the right way, and I truly believe that it's poised to take the next step from good to great and from regional relevance to national leadership. My purpose in athletics and our vision moving forward here at Columbus State will be rooted in a well-rounded student athlete experience where we develop the whole person, servant leaders, something that I quickly learned was a vision of Dr. Rayfield and a purpose here at Columbus State. And that's where that excitement came from. That is my purpose in life. That is why I wake up in the morning. It's why I've been in athletics as long as I can remember. And we don't have a monopoly on that in athletics. We're not the only part of Columbus State that has the ability to do this with our students. The music department. I grew up showing 4-H dairy cows. They all have the ability. We have to be intentional about those things. And that's what we're going to do here in the athletic department. We're going to be intentional about developing the whole person, intentional about developing servant leaders. Championships will matter, as the expectations have already been laid. And I love that. I love a scoreboard. That's why we're in it. We're competitive people. But we will compete to win, but we'll also prioritize character, academics, and life preparation. When our student athletes leave here, when they graduate, they will be ready to lead in their professions, in their communities, and in their families. To do this, we will deepen our ties to the community, inviting fans, alumni, and local partners to be a part of something special. We'll focus on increasing attendance at our events, but that's just not about filling seats. It's about creating energy and pride and a shared experience that unites this campus with the city. We want Columbus State Athletics to be a rallying point, a place where the community and the university can come together. And that includes all Columbus State students. We're going to work across campus to build partnerships and enhance game day experience, making Cougar Athletics something that every student wants to be a part of. Whether you're on the field, in the stands, or behind the scenes, we want you to feel connected. This will be a team effort, and I look forward to listening, learning, and leading alongside an incredible group of coaches, as Dr. Rayfield said, staff, and campus partners. Together, we will build upon the past and enrich the future. My family and I are thrilled to be here. We've been in Columbus for 3 days, and we've been exploring. We're excited. The kids are excited. And we're ready to dive headfirst in the community. You'll learn that quick about us is that we want to be involved in everything. We have trouble saying no, but we want to meet everybody and get involved. So I want to take this time to introduce my family and recognize the most important team in my life, my family. My beautiful wife, Allison. Oh, I said I wouldn't call you Allison. She said she wouldn't know who I was, who she was. My Allie, she's been my rock. She has chased me from Austin, Texas to North Carolina, back to Mississippi, back to North Carolina, and now to Georgia. And I couldn't do this without your unwavering love and support and guidance. She's the head coach of our team and a team that's all in on Columbus State. Our 8-year-old Caldwell. Say hey to everybody. She's never met a stranger. She will be a familiar face around our events, whether she's helping the concession stand or she's cheering with Jimbo and the cheerleaders on game day. It won't be long before she knows more people in Columbus than I do. I promise you. Our 3-year-old Scotty Birch. Say hey. She keeps us on our toes, but she's already been chanting, "We love Columbus and go Cougars" in the car on the way down. So I know she's all in. I'm thankful to have my mother-in-law, Jill Caseworth here. I don't know that you knew what you were getting into when Allie married into sports and college athletics, but I hit the mother-in-law jackpot, the lottery. You might hear people talk bad and have horror stories about mother-in-laws. Not me. I've got the best one there is. So thank you, Jill, for all you do for me. And then last but not least, my parents. I'm so grateful to have them here with me today. And I don't know if I've ever had the chance to publicly thank you for your unwavering support and love that you've shown our family, me and our family. I wouldn't be standing here today without you. But that just means a few more games to get to, but they're a little bit closer to Mississippi this time. Thank you for your sacrifice and encouragement along the way. To the Cougar family, there's only one thing left to do. Let's get to work. The best is yet to come. Go Cougars.
But I'll start with Jack Patterson with WRBL News 3 coach. Well, I'm sorry, just calling here.
That's good.
But Justin, just getting here to Columbus, what's been your first impression of CSU as you're now here in person?
My first impression happened, my junior year in college when I came to campus and saw the facilities and I knew of the baseball program and their prominence. But really, once I sat down with Dr. Rayfield and when I was here for the regional basketball tournament, just getting to see the community and the people. I'm big on a community where I can live, work, and play. I think that's important. I think it's important for the university to draw that connection. And just being able to go around and ask and talk to people in restaurants and meet with different people. Dinner with the executive leadership team the first night of my interview was awesome. And they really, the way they talked about Dr. Rayfield and the vision for Columbus State and building servant leaders, it just aligned with who I am as a person. And they were already in a really good spot athletically. And that really excited me. So a great community, great leadership and vision, and great athletic teams already was really important.
Justin, Richard Holdridge from Georgia Alabama Sports Live. With the success of CSU athletics recently, where do you see the future of CSU athletics competing in the Peach Belt Conference?
Yeah, I think that for us, this is the beginning and this is the start. We want to continue to compete regionally. We want to compete in the Peach Belt. We want to compete at the top of the Peach Belt in all sports. I think we talk about student athlete experience, but winning is part of that. And it's hard to have a good student athlete experience when you're not winning. So our goal will be continuing to compete at the top of the Peach Belt, but we're going to set our sights for regional relevance and national relevance and go after that. I think that's something Dr. Rayfield and I talked about when we first sat down, and that excited me.
Mike asked you with the Ledger Inquirer. Sir, can you give us a sense of how you take the program here that is good and make it great, as you mentioned you like to do?
Well, I think it starts with people and it starts with the community. From the short time that I've been around, I feel like there's opportunities to really connect Columbus State with the surrounding community and really build and energize and open the doors and get more people to our events. And so, I don't have all the answers to that just yet because I just got here and I'm looking around. But what I'm seeing at the surface level is really good. So we'll look for those opportunities to connect, to grow. And I really think our student athletes' growth and the 4 years they're here, the recruiting of great student athletes, and then the retention of great student athletes, and then to fulfill the mission of the university, which is to graduate student athletes, is going to be really important.
Thrift Behringer, Sports Vision, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. You got a lot of legendary coaches in here I've had the pleasure of meeting. Talk about that relationship you're going to have with them and making sure they get the full resources they need to be successful.
Absolutely. It's going to start with listening, right? It's going to start with sitting down with these coaches. They've done it here for a long time, and they've been successful, as you said. So I think it starts with listening and figuring out where we are, and then leaning on my knowledge of where the rest of the region is and the rest of the NCAA is, and then coming together with the leadership team in the university and figuring out where we can build and go. I think we'll know more in six months to a year, but I think it starts with listening, using their expertise about the community and where they've been and how they've been successful, and then looking for the opportunities to maybe develop some resources which allows us to maybe do just a little bit more to enhance the student athlete experience. It might be leadership, it might be going out and getting corporate funding to do more on the leadership for our student athletes, being able to provide them different experiences. I don't really know yet, but that'll kind of be the core of it.
DJ Jones with the Sports Vision Morning Show on Sports Vision 92.1. I know you got a lot of things in front of you, but on down the line somewhere. I've been covering sports a long time in this community. But I just want to know, is football on your bucket list for this university?
Can I answer that? We have football already. We have club football. It's a really good team.
Coach?
Same.
Well, what I have the honor and privilege of doing is handing you some swag. But I'm going to also just say a couple of words about our baseball team. Because yesterday, the baseball team delivered in a way that nobody expected except for our baseball team and our baseball coach and all of us who were here cheering. So in the ninth inning, they were down by 6. It was 9-3. They scored 12 runs. Thank you. They scored 12 runs in the ninth to win 15-11. And so, and since I have a personal connection with the president over there, I couldn't be more excited to eventually. But in honor of that amazing baseball man, we want to present you with your first baseball jersey. 25 starting. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I also just want to thank all of y'all for being here. It's exciting to see the media coverage, and just everybody in the room. It's going to take a lot of people for this vision to come to life, and it's going to start with people. So I look forward to the next few months and getting to sit down and go to lunch and play some golf with some people and start to build the relationships that are really going to help drive this forward. But thank you for being here.
We are going to have a very quick ceremony to award them their degree. So give us about a few minutes to set up. And I know you want some individual interviews and some pictures with your family.
Good morning and welcome to a ceremony to honor our graduates who are also members of our esteemed baseball team. We're so proud of each of you and honored to be able to share this special occasion with you. Will the graduates for the bachelor's degree please rise? President Rayfield, on behalf of the faculty and at the recommendation of the deans, I, as provost, certify to you that the students before you and whose names appear on the official list have met all institutional and departmental requirements, pending final grades, and are therefore eligible to receive their respective degrees.
All right, this is the official part. By the power vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, it is indeed an honor and a privilege to confer upon each of you the degree for which you are entitled, and with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations. Provost will now call the names of each graduate, and if you will come forward and receive your diploma from Cody and me.
Our first graduate is Cody Ferguson from Pelham, Alabama. Cody is getting a degree in interdisciplinary studies. Our second graduate is Trace Goforth from Palmetto, Florida, and he is also receiving a degree in interdisciplinary studies. Ian King from Loganville, Georgia, who's receiving a degree in business management. Eric Moore from Ackworth, Georgia, also receiving a degree in business management. Andrew Rubin from Northbrook, Illinois, general business. Avery Stevens, Valdosta, Georgia, communication. And finally, Ryan Seppa from Ackworth, Georgia, business management. Congratulations to each of you. We look forward to you being our newest members of the Alumni Association. We're so proud of you. Go Cougars.
All right, I want to get a picture with all of y'all real quick. Listen, will you take it and send it to me? Because I'm going to send it to Mike Shannon. Oh, yeah. This is one. Y'all come over here. Here, I'm going to move this up. Just a little intro picture.
What about, you jump in? Lauren, you jump in.
Yeah.
Good. Right there, right.
Soccer semifinals playing on my phone on stage, which was probably inappropriate, but I did it anyway. And so this graduation, I'm going to have my phone back on stage to be able to watch the game. So it's congratulations. We're so excited for y'all for accomplishing your academic goals, and we look forward to you accomplishing all of your baseball goals for the next couple of weeks.
That is. All right, Coach Greg Appleton. All right, welcome back. And we just finished the press conference with the new athletic director of Columbus State. I'm here with the Columbus State baseball coach, Coach Greg Appleton. Coach, I know that was a great moment to see your seniors have a graduation ceremony, because you guys have still got a season going on because of an incredible comeback win over North Georgia yesterday. Put up, what, it's like 12 runs in that ninth inning. An incredible comeback. And now you're going to take on Lander in the Peach Belt Conference Championship, a best of three. Coach, just talk about the season so far and just that relentless drive for your team never to give up.
Well, coming into this year, we had 27 new players in the program, so kind of got off to a slow start, and had some bumps along the road, but been playing well towards the end of the year. Got into the conference tournament and got off to a great start, and had to play a very tough North Georgia team, and was down in the ninth inning by 7 runs, and put together one of the greatest
unbelievable
innings I've ever seen. It was a lot of hits, a couple walks sprinkled in there, but it was just one of those innings, and we did it, and we're moving on, and we're really excited.
And you had your backs against the wall because you lost to North Georgia the game before. It was a double elimination tournament. The way they set up the Peach Belt Conference baseball tournament is the top 2 seeds get to host. And so you had half of the teams facing in the North Georgia bracket, the half the teams facing in the Lander bracket. But now the stage is set. It's a best of 3, kind of like what they do in the super regionals in NCAA Division I. Talk about just this matchup with Lander. How did you fare in the regular season, and how's the team feeling, especially knowing that they've got an opportunity to win the Peach Belt Conference?
Well, you're exactly right. They do mirror our conference tournament just like they do the regionals and the super regionals. So we're going to Lander to play a best 2 out of 3. We play Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. It's a quick turnaround for us, you know, especially from the pitching standpoint. So that's going to be a little tough on us. And actually, when we went up to Lander earlier this year, it was kind of one of the low points of the year. They swept us in the 3-game series. But since that series, we're 21-6, and so we've got it kind of turned around. I think Lander's going to see a different team than what that they saw last time. The guys are excited. We're going to give a great effort. You know, Lander's a very good team. They're a regional type team, and it's going to take our best effort. But I think we're ready to do it.
Well, good luck, Coach. Heading up to Greenwood, South Carolina, and we are pulling for you. I know we're going to be watching you. And hopefully we can bring back that Peach Belt Conference title.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is the CSU head baseball coach, Greg Appleton. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to close it out here live from the Lumpkin Center here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. See ya.
That's Big Rich.
That's right. All right.
Hold on. Let me see how we look. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on, Brian. Oh. Sorry. Welcome back, everyone. Fred Behringer here with Richard Holdridge. Man, what a day for Columbus State University, hiring Justin Hay as their new athletic director. I like all the things that I'm hearing right now. Obviously, when you're stepping in a role like he is, and he's taken over, in which the athletics have all the great coaches. It's not like he's going to be hiring, firing coaches. You've got from the basketball program, from Matt Hauser to Coach Moore to Jay Itlick, who's the best soccer coach probably in America, Greg Appleton, who's got a national championship here, and the list goes on and on and on. So I expect no changes in terms of coaches.
No.
But the main thing they need is community support, maybe corporate support, and making sure that we can help revitalize, get more people at these games for all the sports here at CSU.
The facilities are top notch.
Yep.
The teams are probably the best they've ever had. You've had what Coach Itlick did for CSU women's soccer getting to the Final Four. You've had Coach Hauser and Coach Moore with the girls basketball and the boys basketball competing for a Peach Belt Conference title and being one of the top teams in the NCAA. And the men's team going as far as they did. And then recently, how about last night, putting up 12 runs in the 9th inning?
Listen, we've been trying to get Greg Appleton on here on our program, and we made him come on this time. We grabbed him
glad
immediately.
that we got him.
I'm glad that we were able to get him.
Thank y'all for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
And we were excited that he was able to pick up that win. And now, listen, they're going to a series away from winning the conference championship.
How about that?
We're going to be cheering them on all year. I mean, all weekend long. They're going to be playing at Lander Thursday and Friday. But we want to say thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later on today, we got Calvary Coaches Show, Glenwood Coaches Show, Columbus Lions. We're going to be doing Shelly Coaches Show. We got a bunch more coming up. We'll see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Justin Hay, the new AD.